Yeah? Is it that time?
It's that time.
Alright, fuck it, then let's get it. Hey, welcome to the Huddle. I'm your host, Mr. Tucker. To the right, Mr. Mike.
To the right.
How y'all doing? I'm a little slow today.
JB.
Hey, what's good with y'all whole time? It's Sunday. We about to get it in.
Charlie.
Hey, I like that hair slow.
Respect. Mike Boogie. You already know what it is. Hey, let's get right into it, man. Y'all see who on deck. We got Ricky and we got Boo. Special guest today on the Huddle. Round of applause.
So for the people that don't know, which one is Ricky, which one is Boo? Like,
Right here to my right is Ricky,
okay.
the CEO himself, and the legend himself, Mr. Boo, to the right of Ricky.
Okay.
For those that's watching. And Mike in the back, Mr. Cool, too cool. So we go. I got a couple shout outs today, man. Shout out to Kitchen Craze. Shout out to Dirty Martinis. Shout out to the wifey. Man, shout out to anybody that ever supported the Huddle.
Brownie points.
Brownie points like shit. You know what I'm saying? Look. And then let's get right into the show. We got Legend Coalition League. We got him in here. We got the MVP of the league in here as well. Anybody got any shout outs before we get into the show?
Yes.
What's up, Boo?
Shout out to the Drew All Stars. Shout out to the Fifth Street Bangers, the Sand Ballers, all the teams that allow me to play year in, year out. I appreciate y'all.
Squad.
Squad, gang. So let's get right into our normal show. Let's talk about Friday high school highlights. We got Flowers and Friendly. Flowers got that 14-12. We got Oxon Hill at Wise. Wise took that 58-14. Sulin at Largo. Sulin got that 54-7. Shout out to Sulin. Shout out to Sulin. Gwynn Park at Northwestern. Gwynn Park got that 27-7. Let's see here. We got Central. Shout out to Central. Crossland. 14-12 Central. Bowie at Roosevelt. 41-0. Shout out to Roosevelt. Hey, Tweez, come back on the show, man. We need the whole staff on the show, Tweez. Bladenburg, Frederick. 36, nothing. Shout out to Douglas. Yeah, that's homecoming too. Duval, Potomac. Potomac got that 34-16. Laurel at Sarasville, 42-7. And that's going to end it up. Mike, you got the high school. You got the NFL and college. Give us a couple highlights and let's get into it.
All right. First of all, I want to apologize for Friendly being some songs this year. Taking that L to Flowers. They competed though. They lost by 2. We got a couple upsets. Syracuse beat number 2 Clemson 27-24. Cal beat Washington State 37-3. Smashed them. We had West Virginia beat Texas Tech, which was ranked 24 in the country, 46-35. Let me see. We had a few. LSU beat Auburn, which was number 10, 27-23. And it was one more upset this week. Oh, Memphis beat Navy, which was ranked 25, 30-27. So it was a couple upsets this week. And it's going to shake up the rankings in the country throughout the AP polls throughout the next couple weeks.
Clemson got to get out of there.
Clemson, they had an injury in the quarterback.
I don't care
with Bryant, but
if you top 5, I don't care about excuses.
Oh yeah, they was number 2, so
yeah, you know what I mean? No excuses. So let's get right into it. Ricky.
Yes, sir.
Coalition League, bruh. Major moves. Major moves. How you get started?
Man, it was interesting. Me and my partner Brian Chase was meeting one night. Was like, man, let's do a summer league, but let's do it differently. You know, we want to base it on some of the memories from guys who played in the area, bringing some of those guys back out. So we was like, all right, we're gonna start with 8 teams, and it became 26.
Yeah, it's moving.
So we started it planning in April. That's when the last week of March, April, in 45 days we had a league going. Turned out real well, and we're looking to do some bigger things next year.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we got the MVP of the league, Mr. Boo himself. Boo, what's good, man? So you in several leagues in the area. You in the good man. You know what I mean? You in this league. You in the NRA. I mean, what's good, man? What you do for a living? How you getting all these leagues, man, and drop buckets? So first of all, tell us what high school, the background about you, and what you moving about, what you got going on.
I went to Carroll High School originally. I went there from 2001 to 2004, and then I transferred to Suitland High School, and I went there 2004 and 2005.
Okay.
I played for Carroll Holmes at Carroll, and I played with Tyrone Massenberg at Suitland High School.
That was my coach too at Central. Shout out to Ty.
Shout out to
That's
shout
my
out to
son right
Bird.
there. That's my son.
Good dude.
Team Dawson.
Yeah, man. So now I'm doing some school teaching and stuff like that. I work with Type 1 kids with a lot of behavior issues and things like that at High Road Academy. And I play ball in my spare time. I don't have no kids of my own, so that allows me to play a lot of ball more so than the average adult. But I mean, I enjoy it. I enjoy my time being able to play in some of these leagues, and I'm thankful for some of the leagues that's around, the Pitts League, Watts League when it was around, the Goodman League, things like that. Like just giving me that a platform to play on week in and week out.
Respect. So Ricky, this is our first year doing your league. Shout out to the Legend League. Talk about some of the highlights, some of the players. You talking about some of the top people, whether they young, old. You bringing in the heroes of the city, whether it's the DMV or not. You bringing in the heroes.
Yeah, man, it was important from the beginning when me and Chase was talking. We had to legitimize the league. So we spent a lot of time recruiting some of the bigger names: Lonnie Harrell, Kurt Smith, Greg Jones, Booney Green, Boo, SpongeBob, and Lawrence.
SpongeBob gonna be on in a few.
Lawrence Moulton showed up, field goals. I had a lot of conversation with other guys like Mike Sweetney, guys to want to make, but it was important that those guys played the first season because getting those guys in the gym, let the crowd in the area know, man, this is not a joke. We want to make sure that who they come to see and why they're there is to see those guys, and that's what happened.
How do we know if, say for example, if a man Carl want to play on your team? How do you bring them in?
The rules are you had to play at least 1 year at the school you play with. Now, the way we do that is kind of a peer-to-peer accountability. So, if you didn't play for that school and you show up, I mean, that's okay. But if we find out, you won't play in the league again.
So do he have to play you one-on-one?
he don't want that. But part of the big part of the league was the integrity piece, and we're doing more next year to make sure that we keep that. Specifically with us adding a college division, so that's going to be really important.
Say no more. So I looked at the site. You got a bunch of sponsors. Let's talk about the sponsors. Let's talk about the gym. So if a team wanted to get in, I know we was talking through text and so forth. Tell us about the upcoming season, the second year, what you got going on, some of the possibilities. And Central is not in. Central, look, I was 02 to 06. We went 4.5.
I think to be fair, a lot of teams early on wasn't sure about the league because it was the first year, so they wanted to kind of see how things went. So guys after the league started, can we get in? But we had already done the schedule 6-7 weeks out. Now there was a opportunity for Central to get in later on, but McKinley Tech and St. John's ended up jumping in front of them. So next year, the main big changes we just announced, we're going to have some college divisions. So Maryland University, Georgetown, and George Mason has all agreed to put in their legends. And the goal is to expand the base of followers and viewers so that we can add to those sponsors. So that we can bring in, the league has to sustain. It's not cheap.
Right.
And it's an indoor league, so it's a lot that goes with that. So that's what that college division is going to do, is bring in more fans and more opportunity for people to participate. You're talking about, the goal with Maryland. We want to see Juan Dixon, Lonnie Baxter back on the court.
We
got a commitment from most of the George Mason 2006 team and a lot of the old Georgetown guys. So it'll be fun. I think that, there's a high school pride and then there's college school pride. And we're going to get the best of both.
So will the college teams play the high school teams as well?
Some. We haven't laid that all the way out yet. Some. We're going to make sure the games make sense.
Gotcha. So let's talk about nobody who even knows about what you got going on. The basics. How much is it for a team to get in the league? So
we're finalizing that. I don't want to announce that yet, but to go along, people had a great time last year. We want to make sure they have a better time this year. So everything's included: stats, jersey, uniforms, gym, and everything. But the final price we haven't set that yet. But it'll be out by the.
So where's the location for next year? Which gym?
Still finalizing that as well. And part of the reason why we're doing this is by adding this college division, a lot of people have reached out to us about helping out and providing a place. So by the first week of January, we'll have all of that finalized and out.
Say no more.
Free tickets?
Say no more.
The league, continuing with DC Summer League tradition, we'll never charge for a game. So because of that, that's why we have to get these sponsorships and do some different things so the league can stay free for kids to come back out and see what we're doing.
All right, say no more. So Ricky, let's touch with Ricky. I know that you came here a little later than I asked you, so you wouldn't get out back to get this work. I understand. But it's my birthday weekend. We gonna celebrate it like
backyard boogie.
Yeah. So I will ask you, at least you, to come back since Ricky say he don't boogie no more.
Yeah, I'll definitely come back.
We gonna have a Huddle show cookout.
Yeah, it's a 3-point special out there. I'm
Yeah. We gonna come back and have everybody that's ever been on the Huddle show. We gonna come back and have a cookout probably at the end of November, something right before it get too cold, right? But let's talk about what you got going on, man. So let's talk about the Goodman League and all the talent that's came through here. I want to ask a question, and I'm gonna give you a little bit to think about it, right? Hey, and one time. Shout out to AJ, Lil AJ in Atlanta, our biggest fan for the Huddle show. He just texted me, hey man, keep doing what you do in school, and shout out to AJ. Shout out to Atlanta.
My man.
So look at this, man. If you had a chance to pick your starting 5 from the area, I mean all the way back. All the way back. I want you to tell us your starting 5 and then your biggest competition.
Don't lose no friends.
Yeah. So your starting 5, I mean 1 through 5. Give me your 1, your 2, your 3, all the way down. Your starting 5 from the area. KD, all that. And we let you think about it. We'll let you think about it.
We come back to that.
Starting point guard, Greg Jones.
Easy. Easy.
The Wizard.
Greg is an animal.
Shout out to Greg Jones. 2 guard, Hugh Baby Shaq Jones.
Who you putting Shaq at the 2?
Yeah, I'm putting Shaq at the 2.
Ooh.
3, Lonnie Arrell.
Over KD?
Huh? Oh, KD.
He said,
I tend more to lean on the older guys
Okay.
with this one.
He said,
Lonnie is savage though. No respect.
I mean, we talking about the best, or we talking about my 5?
Your 5. I did say your 5.
right.
Shout out
Okay,
T-Mobile.
Greg
Shout out to
Jones.
T-Mobile.
Kurt Smith, Greg Jones. No, I'm sorry, Greg Jones, Baby Shaq, Lonnie Harrell.
Power forward was good.
I'm gonna go power forward. Man, I play with the Jay Birds and the Young Zoes of the world. Them was some good power forwards. I'm gonna go I'm gonna go 2 small forwards. I'm gonna go Omar Weaver, guy like that.
Okay.
I'll shoot it.
They don't even know about him though.
Nah, they don't even know
Shout
about
out to O.
it. Shout out to O.
right now.
I'm coming to you next, Ricky.
Man, I'm gonna go even smaller. I'm gonna go with Sponge. Just have I like the hard.
Sponge at the 5.
My man Drew, what's up, baby?
Hey, Drew actually coming. He just hit me. Said he gonna come on the show.
What's
You
up,
putting him at
Drew?
the 5 though?
No, Sponge not at the 5, but
I'm about to
I'm not
say.
going with no 5.
Just little
I'm
man
going 3
ball.
guards and 2 forwards.
He the muscle though. Shout out to Drew, man. Drew
My man
doing
Drew.
things in the community.
Shout out to Friendly, whole time.
So Ricky, what's your 5, bruh?
Man, I gotta go with my main man Kurt Smith to start it out.
Say no more.
I gotta go Stacey Robinson.
Ooh.
Gotta go KD right there. You can't leave Adrian Dantley off me.
Can't.
Wow.
You can't. And that's what I thought he was gonna go with. Okay.
Like a Hall of
Adrian
Fame, but
Dantley,
then I think you gotta go Mike Graham, the national champ.
Say no more. Say no more.
I will say this: none of those guys I had the pleasure of being able to see. If Ricky was able to see those guys, that was a treat. Because I definitely heard about those guys, and that's why it was so important for me to, when I had those opportunities to play on those Sundays in the Legends Coalition, to kind of quote unquote put on a show. Like, I always heard about those guys, and actually like the Shaqs and stuff like that, I seen them when they was in their prime, when they was those guys was 23, 24 and stuff like that. And to be able to, play with those guys and share the court with those guys, but just to play in front of them, that meant a lot to me this past summer.
Say no more. So I want to talk about, before we get into the politics and the actual sports that's going on right now, I want to ask y'all a few more questions. The coach that kind of changed the game and really got into your life, and then also the hardest competition. Who you played against that gives you competition on the floor every night, whether it's NRA, it's Coalition, it's Pits, or it's down at the Farms? Who give you that bump?
Deli Ojo.
Oh?
O plays both ends of the floor, plays at a high level, guards 1 through 5. I seen him guard point guards, seen him guard centers. He do a lot for his team. Won back-to-back Goodman League champ. So shout out to Deli Ojo. We played against him in the NRA, and I told him we beat him. And I told him, man, I try to get as many of the ones that I can.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like in terms of playing, because there ain't many you're gonna get. You know, especially when he's a part of the league. So the Lincoln Park team, they always bring it. Shout out to those guys.
Say no more. And Ricky, as your first year, who you seen besides Boo? I know he your MVP. Besides Boo, who every night besides Mike? You know what I mean?
That's tough, man. That's how I was gonna go.
He just seen me in the coalition.
That's tough, man. I think outside of those two, the guy that really and people didn't really know him with Austin Rowland from Pilati was a problem. He was a problem, man. Because he's a guy that came in. Guys kind of knew the other guys, but Austin came in and had Stacey Robin guys like, who the hell is this? And come to find out, he's on the top 25 like all-time Patriot League team. He was Lehigh. He's the one that kind of C.J. McCollum kind of went there because of him. A lot of people don't know. I mean, he was Conference Player of the Year one season there, Conference Player of the Year, and MVP of the Patriot League tournament.
That's right.
But he came in that league not scared of nobody, man. He fried Friendly, he fried Cardozo. I mean, he was.
So is he the shock of the league? Who was the shock? Like somebody that you didn't even expect.
I'm gonna say the biggest shot to me was Jay Johnson from Oxon Hill, because he was first team All American team. He averaged about 20 a game, and he came. I mean, what he did. I mean, in game one, he showed up. They were down 20 at halftime to Cardozo. He scored 22 points in the second half, and they won by 10
buckets.
So I mean, he was, to me.
He's in great shape. I know that one thing. I worked out.
And a lot of people don't know. Me and him had a long conversation after the season. He played the whole season injured. I mean, he was going to the doctor back and forth, and he was unbelievable. So he was the guy. Just me. And they didn't lose a game until the championship.
My question is, they always talk about New York, the Ruckus. How you feel about that? We down here, we don't get the respect that they get up there.
I think, and it's funny, me and Lonnie Harrell had this conversation all the time. It's because DC basketball is not documented.
Okay.
So you can go back and you can find footage of Julius Erving on Rucker Court. You don't have none of that in DC. So because of that, guys have seen us play when they went up there, but there's no real footage until later on. So we don't really have the history that that New York is. The second part is how divided we are. So the Urban Coalition should have been the best league ever. But what ended up happening was some politics happened. John Thompson took his guys out and formed the Kenner League. So we could never really work together. And part of the reason is we don't do a good job of supporting each other financially. So
is there any way we can challenge more there?
I mean, in terms of
like DC area, or just in New York area?
Or you mean play them now, or you mean?
Yeah, in the future, play this one.
I think we got to get some of our guys to recommit to the street ball game, and I think the one thing about Boo is, and I really appreciate him, is he's committed to it more than anybody else. So we got to get more guys like him and Ojo and SpongeBob committed to showing up to play New York. Because the team they went up there with, Boo wasn't on that team. That don't make no sense to me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we got to get recommitted to being. We're gonna put our best guys in front of those other guys.
I feel like politically it's tough for us to represent ourselves, but in the streets around the way, status, whether we go up there or people come down here, they recognize how good the players are here.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because they get that work, whether it's strong ball, finesse, you know what I'm saying, skill. It don't matter. They understand that we got some good ballers here, and it's just like go-go. The people don't understand it until they see it live.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
They know
about it. They know about it.
I seen
Or they hear about it, and then when they see it, they're like, oh yeah, they can hoop. You know what I'm saying? So it's just that element that comes into play. We don't have the hype and the publicity is other places, but when they come down here and get this work, they're like, oh yeah,
seeing is believing.
Yeah,
I mean, like Rick said, we don't have the history to refer to in terms of New York basketball. You can always type in Google, type in the name. They got all those like the Earl, the Mandegos, all those people that you can type in their name, and then you got all of this history. in like DC, right? Once like you said, you can't refer to the history.
But
when
how
you
do we
leave.
change that, Rick?
We got
Well,
documents.
we're working on it. I mean, one thing I do is it's called the Why Not Us Project. I started that last year. So we post a legend every day. On the Legend Coalition website, we're doing a story on the legend every month. So Bootney Green just had his. We had Delonte Taylor. So we're going to try to make it so you can look these guys up. I'm also working extremely hard to get some footage. I've been contacting everybody. It's just not a lot, and part of it is because some people didn't want stuff recorded. And I don't want to go into the details of that, but this was strategic. It wasn't an accident. There's no film. It's a reason there's no film, and it's caused. You could say that's why a lot of young people don't see the importance of playing street ball now, which is why we kind of did the Legend Coalition, so they could come see their dads. They could come see, just the history back together. And even if they're not playing, they're standing around the gym. I mean, Sherman Douglas was at games. We had scouts from here. We had NBA scouts that were from here at games. The people didn't know just because they want to be a part of what.
Hold on. Wait a minute.
Wait a minute. Let's talk about that. NBA scouts. So even if you don't play, we got NBA scouts.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that.
Well, I saw Troy Weaver in the gym a couple times.
Wow,
I saw
me too.
it was a guy from a scout he used to coach at Stanford with Johnny Dawkins. Now he's with the Brooklyn Nets. He was at a couple games. So they would come up to me after the game and we had small talk. They just wanted to kind of see what was happening. And the guy called me and Charles Barkley had asked about the league. Grant Hill.
Wait a minute.
Let me tell you something. This game they had on night tonight was terrible. But I see some guys in DC. There's some good ball players,
So Barkley hit you.
He had somebody to play in the league, and they sent me the message. Grant Hill was on Facebook. Grant Hill wants to play. Dennis Scott has reached out.
That's big, man. Hey, man, look. Congratulations on this, man.
I mean, but the goal is that we have to make sure the league stays around, and we do things to keep the league around. So hopefully those guys will get involved in it.
Okay, and we got y'all back. Anything y'all need from us, man? Like I already told you, we want to do some of the games.
Yeah.
We want to be there promoting some of the games.
And just for me to say this, leagues like this helps promote bringing that dog out. Like, you could be cool, but after the game, you know what I'm saying? Like, this friendly stuff that's going on, like, this could be my man. We cool, we hang out, we play a game. I don't know you, Slim. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you get me on the move. I'm like, hold up. He just tried to fry me.
It used to be like that, though.
Yeah.
I'm saying, I know, when we play some games, I know Sponge, I know Dave,
and that's how it need to be.
It's like it got that caught you between the
legs. Like we go to the gym. Neil, we play King of the Hill. Neil drop me off. I be like, wait till I get back.
It got serious in the playoffs, man. I think that Duval friendly game was a tough game.
Did Bob play?
Yeah,
he played that game.
It was a physical.
Yeah. He trying to muscle everybody though. That's his go-to.
I'm talking about the refs, man. That game, that playoff game was
Like we used to do at Georgetown. No friends. We hooping after
Georgetown. So let's get into a new thing we call either with it or against it or like it or don't, right? So right now, both of y'all, I'm gonna hit you, then I'm gonna go to you. AI or Steph Curry, who win the game? 1-on-1.
I gotta go AI with the 1-on-1.
There you go.
Man. I just think he's gonna be too much for Steph. Steph ain't seen that. I'm not to say Kyrie's a hell of a player, but AI was something totally different.
Boo?
Yeah.
So y'all just going old school?
No, I love Steph Curry, but I just think in that 1-on-1 situation, AI was built for that.
Mike, who you got? AI or Steph?
For me, this is Mike or Mike?
Other Mike.
Okay.
Like I said last time, man, I'm gonna go AI, man. Like
Smart man.
He know he got that reach where he get that dog.
Say no more.
He got dog, had that dog. Like
got some disagreement behind this.
Anything competition.
But if I back off,
you ain't got that dog.
But I back off, you
It
got
don't
to shoot each
matter.
other.
But if I come to you, still got
I
shit.
just back up. I back up a little
But
bit. You little.
What you gonna back? You gonna back up till I get to the basket?
No.
When you meet me at the basket, guess what? When you meet me at the basket, what you gonna do? You gonna have to touch me.
You gonna cross me and you gonna go blow. You try to blow past me.
I ain't worried about the cross, because when I get to that basket, you gonna have to meet me.
So I'm gonna ask this question. Defense-wise, who the better defender?
AI.
I would say
Steph. I'm saying Steph.
I'm gonna say equal. They kind of like they passing lane guards. They play them.
I give it's like this.
Cause Steph getting murdered.
It's like that.
When Steph get
like
upset though, he gets up in you a little
Yeah.
bit. I mean, you know what I mean? But I just never seen
I mean, but defense in that game is not.
Hey, I used to play
It's not. I
defense.
mean, on that level, you're not gonna stop nobody one-on-one.
Right.
I just think AI can do
like
more.
a one-on-one move straight to the basket.
Yeah.
So who the better shooter? As
Oh,
we
Steph
know.
Curry.
So this is the thing. If you play off Steph, so you got to give him the respect that he's gonna shoot.
Yeah.
When he press up 1-on-1, you got like 30 feet.
So the thing is, if AI and Steph play one-on-one right now, AI not gonna bag off of it. He gonna be there.
And y'all act like Steph don't have no handle.
No.
First of all, yeah, I mean it's too. You don't want to be a prisoner in the moment. Far it's 2017. AI haven't played in years, so we see.
I'm talking about primes. I'm talking about primes.
Yeah, primes. I mean, AI was amazing. He went to the hole. He did some things that we haven't seen been done before. You know what I'm saying? Ask Stephen Curry, but I'm gonna go with more so the heart aspect. I think AI's heart is big.
So the heart win the game.
I got to go.
I don't think AI would allow. I think Steph Curry will allow for AI to win the game, but I don't think AI would allow for Steph Curry to walk out of that arena.
But the way AI used to
with a
carry the
win.
ball, you don't think that's Curry? Back in the day when he used to
When he
ball
fought
the ball,
Jordan,
They
he
never
carried
called
the
it.
ball.
But they never call that
carried it,
in the street
but
ball.
They're not calling that.
Call that one.
when you can't, when you,
They ain't gonna call that NBA.
Superstar power.
Not on him. Not on him.
Yeah,
playing defense then. If you can pause the ball
Yeah, big
and
pop.
cross me up,
Play
that's Curry.
Street ball, they don't do that.
That let me know.
Kyrie take like 4 steps.
That was
Street ball, you say
Here goes the second question.
like that.
Second question.
Second question. This is a double loaded question. First of all, the best two guard of all time is Jordan, right?
Yeah.
Best player of all time is Jordan.
I would say so. Yeah.
I'll go with that.
So let's go ahead and push him to the side. Second question is, greatest player of all time, is it Kobe or is it LeBron?
Kobe.
We going in order, or we just
I'm
saying?
gonna go to Rick the CEO.
I'm partial to LeBron, man. I feel like just his impact on, and to take nothing away from Kobe. I take nothing away from Kobe. Great scorer, great player. I'm just more of a LeBron guy. The way he plays the game is just more of, and I think about myself being on the court. Like I would want to play with LeBron. I might not want to play with Kobe. You know what I'm saying? And not to take nothing from him.
So let me.
So I got a question about that.
Go ahead. Let me answer mine, and then you go to yours.
All right.
So when you play with LeBron, do you not have to adjust your game to be a part of the LeBron phenom, so to speak? With Chris Bosh, he averaged 25 and 10 with the Raptors. He came to the Heat, and they extended him for the pick and roll to extend for the 3-point. He became a 3-point shooter. His game changed. The man averaged 14 and 7. Just like now, even with what's white boy Superman with the
Kevin
Cavs.
Love.
Kevin Love.
Yeah.
Same situation. So LeBron is honestly a 3 or 4, and he plays the 1. You have an all-star point guard, really an MVP of the league, and he don't even bring the ball up the court.
You want to answer, Rick?
Talk to me, Rick.
No. Like my whole, when I look at it, right, I look at impact on winning, right? So Chris Bosh 24 and 14 wasn't an impact on winning.
They made
Toronto.
playoffs.
They did, but a lot of teams make the playoffs. I feel like the way LeBron plays, he can get you to a point to where the way the way you play impacts the result of a basketball game. We forget Kyrie was a hell of a player
I got
before
something to
LeBron
say
got
to that,
there,
though.
but he didn't win. Now he didn't have great players around him, but LeBron was there without great players and won because he's doing kind of like what AI did in Philly that year when he made to help the players around him win games. And I feel like that's what I want from my player. I get why people pick Kobe and Jordan. You ask me who I'm starting my franchise with, it's LeBron.
So if I gave you $500 million, I say go pick one player, you start with LeBron.
I'm starting LeBron every
Say
single
no more. Boom, you on
Well, I'm
that.
starting with Michael Jordan. If you gave me 5, I'm gonna start with Michael Jordan.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I think he's the greatest player to play the game.
Easy.
I mean, in terms of who I take, Kobe or LeBron, I also would take LeBron because of how he affects the game defensively. I mean, I guess just being 6'8", he's able to guard multiple positions, and he can play out to the 4. He can create a mismatch with that 4. And the way he just handles the ball, like the way he strategically controls the game, is a mental thing with LeBron.
Oh, the ref?
Like, I mean, I never seen a player have 18, 11, and they said he had a bad game. When they said that's when I knew he was one of the greatest players that ever played.
And the refs?
Man. And I mean, just in terms of the refs, I mean, they officiated the game. I mean, LeBron, he puts the refs in a 50-50 situation. That's what I try to do as a player, whether it's indoor, outdoor, whatever. I try to put the refs in 50-50 situations where, hey, it's either an and one or it's a foul.
So it's going to be one of them. It's going to be an and one or it's going to be a foul.
You take 3 steps? You going to take 3 steps?
I got one thing.
Go ahead, Mike.
I know my man did not live to his.
Don't do it, Mike. Come on, Mike.
I always say if my man
Mike
through Boston, I would want to put a 10-round limb bias, dog.
We gonna stop on that. I ain't Charlie P. That's your uncle.
That's your uncle. Just because Michael Jordan was good, just because them guys like a ghost to me, man. It's like I can't say it because they're not dead.
We don't know if he would have lived up though.
This is real important.
Shit.
I just had this conversation.
We don't know.
Hold on. Real important. Limb bias could have been, right? Could have been. So we don't know. Let's switch the topic just a little bit, then we're gonna come back. Who's better, Pop or Biggie? Or Jay-Z?
Jay-Z. He's still doing it.
I mean, I don't like
Jay-Z. Longevity.
So this is something. This piggyback off you what you said. Biggie had 2 albums and 3 of you add the mixtapes. Pop had whatever. Right. He added some more.
He had songs that he added
some more. But Jay-Z changed the game because he had longevity.
But
you can't be mad. You can't be mad.
But you don't know what these people would have done at this time.
We don't know because he can't do it.
So my point is you have to give it to the person that did do it at this time because they did.
Jay-Z and Jordan did it. Now, I don't agree with Jay-Z saying LeBron the greatest player to ever touch basketball. Say no more.
I think first you got to put in place some measurables. Okay. And then you can kind of decide because it's not really an even it's not an even conversation. Like if you look at total impact on the business of rap, you got to go Jay-Z.
Look at some impact. Movies.
Yeah, but just
Pop did movies.
No, but we're talking about rap. We're talking about rap. And
let's put it all in one.
Jay-Z from a business.
We're talking about lyrics, sales, promotion, all that, all in one.
Like what you did to the game.
Everything.
He finds a way to reinvent himself every time he comes back out.
He's trying to get the wine.
He finds a way to reinvent himself.
He's trying to get that.
I mean, he sold out the Garden in like 79 minutes or something.
I'm a Pac fan.
So you a Pac?
I'm a Pac fan, but if you want to say,
because he spoke.
Hey, Will that dude?
Will Smith.
Hey, Will Smith that dude because
everybody. Come on, man. What are we talking about?
I'm gonna say this on Will Smith. Bama's don't give Will Smith their prospect every summer. You playing summertime. Every summer you playing summertime.
Hey, we looking for 2 new hosts. We looking for 2 new hosts on the Huddle, man.
You're rocking the summertime every summer though.
To bring it back to basketball, LeBron, phenomenal player. He can play 1 through 5 on defense, but I still would go with Kobe. Here's the reason. While LeBron can play good defense and he does spread the ball around to the team, he also disables 2 positions on offense.
He does.
He disables the point guard.
And the
they can't do what they're supposed to do because he's such a good passer. And then he disables the power forward because he still legitimately plays the forward. He don't go to the wing, wait for his turn. You know what I'm saying? He also plays in the post. I said, but that's great. It's good if you have the right personnel. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
With Kobe, you know what you're getting. You're getting a scoring 2 guard that's a shutdown defender. Like, look, this dude causing a problem. Shut him down. You know what I'm saying? So you can
Megatron.
Yeah, you can assign them to something, and you can also have your players still do their thing. It's more versatility for the rest of the team with Kobe, and that's what I look for because you got some cats that can't function in a limited space that LeBron provides. And So that's what I go with.
But if you look at Kobe's point guards he had, they didn't have to do a whole lot. He had Derek Fisher for what 12 years. I mean,
all you had to do is bring the ball
his
up.
job to bring the ball up, get it to the corner, and spot up.
But
he did.
It gives them capacity.
But what I'm saying is, Kobe never the 1 point guard Kobe played with that wasn't a Derek Fisher type. They couldn't get it done. He played with Gary Payton, and they didn't get it done. I mean, to me, in the offense, Kobe played in the triangle offense. You gotta have role. It's a score and role players, and that's. I mean, it was nobody for him to limit.
No. I mean, Kobe's game is also, as you've seen towards his latter years, towards the end of his career, it started to become more predictable too, man. I mean, just like those younger guys, when they're young, they're athletic, they close out defensively better. He started to really have a hard time. I mean, he was ailing injuries.
That was
and
ego
stuff like that.
too.
Yeah, ego too. But Kobe's just not gonna come off that ball. You know, as the time coming down, LeBron may drive and kick or whatever.
Yeah.
When you want him to keep it, but still he make the right basketball play. Kobe, you know, he's taking a shot undoubtedly. Everybody in the venue, you know, everybody knows.
Kobe taking that shot.
Kobe's taking a shot, whether it's one.
Do you
hand,
want
two
that
hands,
though?
or three
So I
hands.
got-
No,
so-
you don't want him taking a shot if it's three hands. If he has three defenders around him, you don't.
You want the best
You want him
decision
to make
about
the best
basketball.
decision.
Okay, don't say no more.
So the piggyback off that, I seen a post the other day on Instagram. They asked about who you want to take the last shot, Melo, PG, or Westbrook. Who y'all want to take the
I want
last
Melo
shot?
to take
Westbrook,
that
because he
last shot.
going to the hole.
It just depends on
Westbrook
I
going to
think
the hole. I'll take Westbrook.
the good thing about that situation is any given night, any three of them can be the one to take that
you
shot.
can.
I'm about to say
I like Melo in that
they can
isolation.
develop
Melo in that isolation.
they can develop a game for each team, man.
The best offensive player
I
in
like
every
Melo in that
position.
isolation.
But we playing 2, 3, or 4. Melo gonna get a shot off. When you want the 3,
They can game plan
right?
the game.
Post work. LeBron ain't really got no post game.
Team,
They don't got no
we gonna
post
do
game.
this thing. Do your thing.
Yeah.
It depends
But
on.
you just never know what Melo's motivate. Like,
Right, he ain't got.
you never know what Melo you gonna get.
Hey, shout out to Power though. Hey, shout out to Power, man. Hey, shout out to Power.
Hey, Lala, man, good old time.
Hey, honestly, they have the luxury of depending on what team they play, they can game plan. You know what I'm saying? So if it's a team that has some suspect defense, Westbrook can go to the bucket. If they have some perimeter problems, Melo can do what they gotta do, or if they don't rebound good, Melo can get the rebound, put back. PG, he can do whatever.
So let's pick it back over there. I still got three more questions. We want. Go ahead, JB.
So which Melo y'all think we gonna get? You think we gonna get hooded Melo?
Man.
I think it depends on how the
Oh,
season.
Hoodie Melo, hey.
Because we need hoodie Melo.
Hoodie Melo, hey.
I think there's a good chance he could become frustrated playing with Westbrook.
I agree.
And that's going. But I think if they're winning, he may get over a little bit. But if they're not doing the way they should, and Paul George, people forget you got two players that very similar positions.
Yeah.
They do very similar things.
All three of them actually.
With a point guard that's going to bring the ball to court. That's really.
It all depends on how mature they're going to be and dealing with each other. You know what I'm saying? Off the court.
So hold on, let one person. Who got the mic?
Charlie P.
Charlie, you on that?
So if you playing for Westbrook, playing with him, and he always want to control the ball, and you a scorer, how will you feel about that?
Oh, I mean, I understand why KD left. I mean, I totally understand. I mean, for years, number one, that whole core of Harden, Westbrook, and Durant should still be together.
Easy.
But Westbrook's mentality in this bittersweet because you need dogs like that in the league.
You have other
But-
dogs. You said KD and Harden. They dogs too.
Well, but what I'm saying is the way Westbrook approaches the game is really hard to want to play basketball with him. Same thing I was saying about Kobe earlier. They're hard guys to want to play with because if you're used to doing certain things, Paul George used the ball in his hand. Melo's on the ball every time. Westbrook's the MVP of the league, average a triple double, and he's younger than them. So for you to think that he's just going to say I'm gonna defer, I just don't. I don't see it.
So,
I don't
Boo,
see it
question
happening.
to you, Boo. Off of Ricky. Westbrook just got MVP of the league, right? With stupid numbers. Shout out to Oscar Robertson, right? Does he learn from this playing with maybe arguably the greatest small forward of all time? Or does he say I'm gonna keep doing me and get these numbers? Or does he change now that he has two more dogs with him that are arguably 50 greatest? You know what I mean? So does he change his game or does he keep doing him?
I think it's trust better.
Yeah.
Does he trust? That's the bottom line. Does he trust
to
him?
be better?
I think he trusts to be better, but he keeps doing what he's doing. I mean,
If you the coach, what you tell him? What you tell Westbrook?
be Russell Westbrook.
So go out and do what you did last year. And you got a Melo and you got PG. Do you tell him to do what you did last year?
I mean,
Is it a 1 year commitment or is it
double
triple double
in assists? Man. He
So-
averaged 10 assists.
Let me say
So
this.
you don't.
But
call
when did he
him off.
average them? Let's talk about that. He averaged them in the first half.
Well,
He
Melo
passed the
get
ball the
odds
first
more
half.
than
I'ma stop.
If Melo get on first half, he don't want
I'm
you
gonna
to
stop. I'm gonna
passing
stop
that
you there.
ball.
I'm gonna stop you there. So Westbrook an all around player. Even though people look at him because he's so aggressive, he'll score. You know what I'm saying? But I watched a lot of them games last year. The problem was the first half of the games, he was passing the ball. Nobody's making shots. So if he got two guys now that can make shots, his confidence and passing is gonna grow even more. You know what I'm saying? So in the second half, he won't have to do as much. You know what I'm saying? Because he got players that can go in and get a bucket. So that's the difference. So last year he had pass, nobody making it. So now he gotta go do his thing. This year he got dudes that can legitimately score. He can take a break, and then he can come in the fourth quarter.
But he's had that before and couldn't figure it out. See, that's my thing.
He's gonna be this guy's.
See, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean,
He's a
I
personality, man.
see what you're saying. He's a strong personality.
He's a strong.
He's a strong personality. But he got two. The biggest key is the thing is it's not going to be an on court thing. They got to figure out. It's an off court thing. Where they
agree with you.
where they got to sit
I
down.
agree with
They got to talk
I
as
agree with
men.
that. It won't be figured out.
You know what I'm saying?
They all are who they are.
but it's gonna be really interesting because Melo, like you said, is a Hall of Fame in my opinion. Paul George has potential to be one. Russ was the MVP of the league, so that's not. It's not like they can say to him, man, back down, shorty. Like, man, I averaged a triple double.
Why was he the MVP though?
Oh, see,
Why? Because he really didn't have no
but see, I'm not a Westbrook fan.
What y'all talking about here? What y'all on the huddle? What y'all talking about? Welcome to the Huddle show. What y'all talking about?
Alright, so I was telling him, like, you talk about Westbrook and KD. He's like, KD left. But I was like, Westbrook was younger back then. You know what I'm saying? So, like, his whole mindset different. I said, plus, it's a difference if a person and Carmelo age comes to your team.
He went through a lot
and
this
say,
last year,
I know this your team. You know what I'm saying? Either he could say, do your thing, or he could be like, look, you can do your thing, but you ain't got to force. You can trust us. So your whole mindset gonna be different.
Question to you, Mike.
But you just said you did.
Charlie, hold on. I'm gonna let you get yours on because y'all done had out. I'm gonna let you get yours on. Fourth quarter, 99-98 against the Warriors. 2 minutes left. No matter of fact, 20 seconds.
Is this Warriors versus Thunder?
Warriors versus Thunder. Who take the last shot?
Okay. So if Westbrook bringing the ball up,
It's a half court. It's a half court.
if Westbrook bringing the ball up, he could drive and go to the basket and see if he get a foul. If it get clogged, he got two people on the he got Carmelo and PG. Trust. Why not?
So Charlie P, you on deck?
My
Why
question
not?
what you said to me because you said right, KD now he has shooters on the outside.
Yeah,
that he trusts.
so when KD was on OKC and Westbrook was younger,
Yeah.
they didn't have no shooters. Nobody was knocking down anything.
True.
KD feel way more comfortable with people that could knock down shots beside him. Why not? If I'm going to war and I know I got two rounds gonna hit somebody in the head, I'm going with y'all.
Hold on, Mike.
You know what I'm saying?
The Thunder took the Warriors. They was up 3-1.
They was up 3-1.
Oh, you talking about against the Warriors?
Yeah.
But
They
like
was up 3-1.
I said, even
They had that dog, yeah.
you
You got all kind of talent. You got that dog. Everybody to compete now.
Klay Thompson, Draymond
You
Green,
still being friendly out there.
Iggy, and Steph. That's 4 against 2, right?
Easily said. But
Yeah.
they got. Hold on. Hello. Hold on. Hey, that's no third. Hold on. Hey, shout out to my mama and papa. Go ahead, continue your story. Continue your story,
It's just like I said, like you got people that you know that's just gonna make. Like you can ask any of these people that play basketball. like I ain't gonna lie, with Duval, yes, we have ballers. But when you go against other teams and you know they got like 4 other people that could hoop, and it's like you know you got a solid 2, and you got that 1-3 that might could make a shot.
Why make a shot?
Hold on, Ricky got
I want to go back to your point for a minute.
Okay.
That 98, 99, 20. Think about how many times Westbrook put them in that situation when it was up 8 or 10.
I agree.
And the situation became 1 point game.
This is what I'm
Because
saying.
of the decisions he made. So that's why I say you got to kind of look at that too. He's a very difficult guy to want to play with. It always look good when they taking the pictures before the season started. And it's the big 3 and all that.
totally agree.
But when Westbrook, when Melo's on the court and he's wide open, and Westbrook turns the ball over, Paul George has ran off 3-4 straight baskets and he don't get the ball back. That's when you're going to figure it out. But the thing is, Westbrook is the $200 million man. So you got to kind of understand.
All of them arguably was a $200 million man.
But they came to his team.
That's the obstacle he got to overcome this year. He has to learn from this past year of not having the help.
You need help.
Yeah, and now he has the help. Has he matured enough to accept it?
And make your teammates happy with you. It's just all it is
end of the day,
kicking it to the open man. It's
he got to be a floor general.
Kicking it to the Huddle. Seconds. Can I get it?
What's up, JB?
So the only thing with that is Westbrook now. So last season, he had Oladipo. Like he had no confidence in him because he averaged a triple double. He definitely passing the ball.
I was trying to root for
So
home,
he had
man,
no trust in them because they wasn't blocking out shots.
and then they traded.
Did he not trust him if you average a triple double?
No.
You gotta trust something.
No, he trusted him. But what I'm saying is they didn't
They ain't
knock
got
down the shots
cancer now
all
either.
like
They
all
didn't
the
hit
time.
But you play. All of us has played ball.
But
How many times has it been when you come down with somebody, look you off 5-6 times, and then expect you to make a shot? No, that don't work like that. Why keep confidence in them all game?
No, what I'm saying is now, so this season, he don't have to force a lot because now you got 2 people that you know will knock the shot down.
Hopefully he's learned that. Hopefully he's learned that.
Either they're gonna knock the shot down or they're gonna go to the bucket.
Alright, so
Now,
here go question 3.
Adam still got to be in the
Here go question 3.
Question 3.
Hey, welcome to the Huddle Show. We replaced
Welcome to the Huddle. Hey, like and share. Follow us on Instagram, the Huddle Show. The Huddle Show _ the Huddle Show.
All what he said.
Yep.
So look, question 3. I'm gonna change it a little bit. We got politics going on, right?
Politics.
It's a 2-part question. First of all, let's talk about Jerry Jones a little bit. We're gonna switch it. We all basketball fans.
Jerry.
And shout out to my Redskins today. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We won. You watched it. You was there.
Hey, today was the first day I actually wanted the Redskins to win the game, so appreciate y'all for winning. Appreciate y'all.
I ain't winning that shit.
Look, let me talk. If you are a player in the league and your coach tells you, I will not play you if you do not stand for the anthem right now in this critical moment,
I'm not playing.
what do? Do you take the check or do you take the respect? Money, power, respect. Which one
take
you
the
take?
respect,
Shout
yeah.
out to Ricky first.
I mean, depending on who you are and what it means to you, a lot of these guys, they're not politically conscious. I think that's we look at a guy like Kaepernick, we think 99% of the black players in the league think like that. They don't. So I think the politically conscious ones, Dak Prescott, right, is not politically conscious. He saw Cam Newton lose an endorsement, and he takes the endorsement, and he don't care. So maybe he didn't come from a situation that made him politically conscious, which is my whole argument with RG3 is the same way. So I just think that it applies to whoever's conscious is going to react that way. But if you're not, some of these guys feel like, hey, I was broke for 20 years. I mean, my whole life, I got some money. I'm not going to mess that up. So it's 2 ways to look at that.
Boo.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, wow. I would definitely take the respect. You know what I mean? Respect goes further than the dollar. So I would take the respect in this case, man. I would follow the Kaepernick movement.
Thank you. I appreciate that because
Charlie, you on that?
Ricky, my question to you. I'm not Rick. I don't call you Ricky. That is Ricky. My question to you: you go to work and your employer said, "Do this, or you won't come in here no more."
Oh.
That's the basic he's saying. You cannot leave. If not, you gone. So it's like you get your money somewhere else. Why are you gonna be bowed down to this white person I love white people, Caucasian. Why someone say that to you? Why?
I think it goes back to again your mentality, because your mortgage doesn't care if what your boss says. So let me explain. Let me explain to what I'm saying. So some people in situations, if they lose their job,
dog, I disagree. They don't. So we had to make him cut our check for us. I disagree with that thought. Make your own check.
That sounds good.
That sounds real good. That sounds good. You got another. I mean, if you have another plan, you can figure some stuff out. But I'm never going to tell a man to not feed his kids and his family.
Right, but you say, but I'm not going to tell him. Saying somebody, you walk in the door, dude say, hey, grab my balls, get your check.
Time out. Hey, this is the Huddle Show. Hey, Glenn. What's going on, Glenn? Time out. This is my birthday weekend. Glenn, what you got going on?
Hold on, he said he trying to catch up because you ain't telling him about the turn up. So he trying to catch up.
What y'all talking about?
That's what I'm
What's the turn up?
Glenn over there he all in juice with the ladies.
He was fishing the whole
He's
time.
trying to catch up.
He was fishing.
But what y'all doing?
We learned it.
What y'all learning?
They trying to learn the switchboard, son.
Oh, all right.
Hold up.
This is the library set. We need it quiet on the set. Shout out to my birthday.
They got their knee highs on. And Glenn don't know what to say over there.
Glenn be on our back the whole time. Shout out to Django.
Right.
You go to the front door and your boss sitting and saying, grab my balls. To come in and work at your
Yo, why we keep going to
I'm
balls?
taking a PTO day.
No, I'm just saying, like to me, I just feel like, for one, if you an NFL, whatever, you making over 6 figures, right? Mm-hmm. For one, I'm not gonna live beyond my means. I'm not gonna live like I got whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I could get a nice $500,000, $600,000 house that support my family.
Correct.
But to me, I always feel like moral and your heart will always outlast you, no matter what money does.
This is
true. So I feel like if any person force me out my will to do anything, I don't care. Like I'm gonna go with my moral and my heart. Like I'm just like, nah, I'm not rocking. Right. So I could go and pray. I go to church every Sunday or praise, however way you do it, praise God, pray to God, whatever way. As long as you do what you gotta do, there's another door that's gonna open up just because you stood your ground.
Shout out to Titans wide receiver.
That's how I feel.
He said
My man Mike whole time.
You know what I'm saying? That is what it is.
Right. Dropping knowledge in buckets.
Shout out to the Titans wide receiver because he said if he's told to stand for the anthem, he might as well just count his days, less numbers.
And like I just don't get like how to me a flag covers everything.
It don't. It's the politics of it now.
I understand that. But to me, a flag covers everything under the Constitution, everything that comes under America. A flag covers all of that. So if a person just want to sit here and say military this, military that, come on, man. Like it's other things that go under the flag too, besides military. And they keep telling y'all straight up, like it's not about military, it's not about this, it's not about that. We respect that. We have family members. My mother this, my mother that, my father that, my father this. It's come on, man. Like it is what it is, and it's point blank. Like you seen it straight up in your face.
Well, part of the issue is like we see the protests, and I hope what that does is bring awareness to the political process.
Right.
We don't know who our state representatives are. We don't know who our mayor is. We don't know any of that. We don't know how to change the process. So what happens is these conservatives get in. They control everything. Money. Change what we do, how we think, and then we wonder how they did it. It's because we do all this, we protest the flag, and then don't show up and vote on something. Right. So until we understand the political process and how things work, 2018, I guarantee you we won't vote. Right. But then we'll come back the day after and say, how did Trump win? I mean, it was this simple. Right. They looked at Florida. If Miami had just turned down and vote, Trump don't win. If Philadelphia just turned out and vote, Trump don't win. Yeah. Cleveland, Trump don't win. Right. He won by 10,000 votes in Ohio. Yes, sir. But we talking about the flag. Let's make sure this dude don't win again.
Get on what this is.
Okay, we gonna piggyback over you. Then we gonna go to next.
So the other thing is, so my issue is with that is they hopping on the flag and all that. So the league in the last, I think, 8 years or so. You drop the ice?
Say no more.
In the last 8 years or so, the government paid them to have the players come stand and all that. So that's exactly. So my thing is, y'all don't care that they don't stand for the flag. Y'all want to make sure that check still come in from the government to make the players stand. So y'all don't want to hurt that check. That's what it boiled down to.
Respect.
You know what I mean? That's what it boiled down to.
I think the other problem is this caused a lot of issues with all these leagues is the ratings. People just don't watch sports like they used to. They got other things to do, and they definitely don't watch live sports, which is what advertisers need. So they're trying to figure it out before it comes to a point where the league isn't where they want it to be. But we just got to understand exactly what's going on here. It ain't about no flag. It's about ratings. Right. It's money at the end of the day. And we just got to understand that.
So what we got next on the list, JB?
We're going to take a quick pause. I want to give a couple shout outs, man. Shout out to Swift this weekend in New York.
Getting that W.
We want to fight. Shout out to Holmes,
man. You got the W.
Who else? What other shout outs we got out? Some people that did some good things this weekend, man. Well, then we just leave it with Swift.
I got a shout out to my cousin, Champ Workout, my cousin Dio.
Shout out to Dio.
Okay. Shout out to my whole family, man. All my support system. Shout out to my kids.
Shout out to that Uber driver, that Lyft driver last night. He had the Spanish music rocking when we took
I don't know his name, but he was cool though.
D-Dial or something like that. It was like D-Dial.
It was cool.
Duval, man.
You know,
He had a Despacito or what?
Yeah, he was rocking in that Chrysler 200.
So I got two more questions. It's more political. So I was talking to my father on the weekend. He sent me a couple questions, some topics that we should talk about. But he want to take it to the Spurs, right? So my father watch all our shows. Shout out to my father, man. He been around.
Bill, shout out Bill.
Shout out to Bill Tucker
Too cool.
Shout out to my guy, right? Ankles. All his flat. All his flat stop at the ankles. So this is the thing. Pop came out and said white people need to be adjusted to what the Black Lives is, as far as the struggle that we go through. White people don't have a struggle.
They don't.
So I want to say this: if you was a player in the league right now, and how coaches are so outspoken, and we got social media right now with Pop saying that, would you want to pay for Pop as a black player, or would you want a coach that didn't really get into the politics? And you just do you.
You want to play for Pop?
I think you want to play for a coach like Pop because it gives you a little more liberty to express yourself and not, understand the person that's, kind of riding your, stirring the ship is the one that got a similar opinion. But it's really important, just with him, even with the Eminem thing, was it's a white person saying it. Because a lot of people think it's blacks didn't vote for Trump, whites did. But there are some, it's intertwined. And I think it's important that a coach like that can say something.
And we're gonna go around the table on this one because this is real important. We laugh, we joke, we have fun, but this is a serious topic. So, Boo, how you feel about that, man?
I've always been fond of Coach Pop, so I would definitely want to play for Coach Pop. He definitely give his players the liberty to, to do as they choose, to support the views and stuff like that, to support their views and beliefs and stuff like that. So that's always important.
Mike, what you feel?
Man, I would play for Pop because he's an intellect. You know what I'm saying? And he also gives you he understand if you take a stance for something. Granted, he's a head coach. You talk to him offline, say, hey, this is what I'm trying to do. This is what I'm about. So he gives players the freedom and the comfort level so they can be themselves. They don't have to be limited, so to speak. Not saying that you're going to be outlandish or anything like that. It's just that he gives you the chance to express yourself and do something different. I mean, you got to remember, he's the first coach in the league that gave a woman a position on the coaching staff. You know what I'm saying? So
shout out to Becky.
So he understands. He's a true person that believes in people, not necessarily circumstances. You know what I'm saying? So he didn't believe that, this woman, since she's a woman, she don't know the game. Nah, she know the game. Or a black person, they don't, they can't do X, Y, Z. Nah, he understands they a person. He believes in people.
She know the game.
How you feel about that?
She knows the game.
Hey, I'm fool with Pop. Pop, he that dude. Bammers don't even know Pop was about to get fired whole time. That year they won that first year they won the championship, 99. He was about to get fired, and the players knew that. They was like, hey, look, we got to show out for Pop and respect this man. So I fool with Pop because he respects you as an individual, but also when he make you buy into the team goal.
Yeah. Shout out to Aldridge. What's up, Mike?
For me, like,
Hey, do my man like that.
I later ride with Pop. Like, I didn't know he was like that until I started seeing like what he was saying when it started happening.
Yep.
And I'm like, I looked at, I was like, dang, like, you know, I just felt like every day, like, you have family outside of basketball too.
Bird. Yeah.
That's definitely like your personal family.
Hold on, we got a call in, Mike. We're gonna come right back to you. What's good, Bird?
Hey, bro.
What's up, man?
What's going on? How you feeling?
What's up, Bird?
What's up, coach?
Man, you got my man up there.
Yeah. You already know we on deck, man. What's going on? What you got for us today?
Man, as Boo, tell Boo, man, I'm proud of. But, you know, it was telling the team about that rock and roll we had and how he bounced back from that, man. He came back from that. He had a situation and he handled it like a trooper. And he came back, man. He was the best player in the county after that.
Say no more. So we about to touch base on that real quick. So we got Coach Berg on the line. He came from Central, from my alma mater. He went to Siouxland,
Whole
and
time.
now he at Douglas right now. Honestly, this is my favorite coach of all time in the area. He came up through me, you know what I mean? Coach y'all, now he at Douglas, man. This one that really touched base into the hood. And he came and actually got me from Siouxland. You know what I mean? So I really appreciate Bird. He took me a long way, but I don't know the situation he talking about. You want to shine a little light on, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Let's talk about it.
Well, Coach Bird, he always did a great job and made sure he hold his players accountable.
Right.
And that's the one thing that I had to get adjusted to in terms of, being held accountable and things like that. And he expected certain things of me, and he expected us to conduct our ways accordingly. So we were playing in the Dunbar Christmas tournament, and Coach asked me to go out there and rebound. As I should have been a big guard. He was like, you're not rebounding. I see why you came from Carroll. He calling me soft, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I took offense to that, so I think I went down the court and I got like 3 or 4 or 5 straight rebounds. And I said, hey, Coach, is that enough for you? So he looked to the bench and he called, for one of the guys to come sub me in. And I'm like, what? So I'm coming off to the bench. He pulled me off to the game and I got upset. And he said, you know what, you done. He said, get off my bench. You know what I'm saying? He said, you done. So he told me take my stuff off, I took my stuff off, went in the back, and I came back to school, man, and I was on a 5-game suspension at first, but after the first week we had a tough road, tough patch in the schedule, and cooler minds prevailed, and we sat down, me, myself, Coach Bird, Mr. Fawcett, and at the time, Coach Lynch, he was the director up there.
Shout out to Lynch, man.
Right.
Shout out to Coach Lynch, and he said we're gonna reinstate Christian Jackson and give him another opportunity to come out here and play. And that was the best. Like I said, it was one of the best decisions, for me. Them allowing me to come back to play. And from that point forward, I was on fire. You know what I mean? All the way to we won the Prince George's County 4A that year.
Hey, E. Hollywood Bird, is that a true story?
That's a true story, man. I'm gonna tell you. I knew he would grow up from that period, but I didn't know it would be like that, man.
I love you, Coach Bird, man.
Hey, Neil.
Yeah.
We played long ago, and the man was like 12 for 12 from the field.
Yeah. Say no more, man. Hey, when you gonna come back through, man? Come on the show.
Hey.
Before the season stopped.
Hey, come on, man. You already know what it is.
Stop playing. Hey, you can come get this 3-point
This joint when it ain't even no show, man. Just
Hey, tell me to come get this backyard boogie too.
Hey, but hold on. My grass. You said you gonna get my grass right this year.
You need to get that air raid. You need to get that air raid. This is time for the air raid right now.
Hey, say no more, man. I'm gonna call you tomorrow.
Alright, mama.
Alright, coach. Love you, man.
Alright, so look, we got 5 minutes left on the show, man. I'm gonna let y'all just freestyle, do what y'all want to do, man. Rick, you CEO, what you got going
Man, I
on?
appreciate you having us, man. Right now, we got some stuff going on with the inner high schools, trying to get some light shined on, getting people back excited about DC public schools. And then I got my little management company, just signed our first client, LJP.
Okay.
Getting this situation right.
Who LJP, for those that don't know who that
Played for
is?
Georgetown last year. Came out in the draft, didn't get drafted, just finished. Got released by Boston, but they may be bringing them back. So, then trying to build that so that we're helping guys so that stuff like with the AAU to NCAA investigation and making sure kids don't get robbed and get to the league. And I have a lot of experience. I've been around for a while, just behind the scenes. So building a company that where we can, guys when they transition into the pros, they got somebody they can lean on and they can get them right.
I'd like to give a round of applause. Yeah, man. That's good, man. That's real good. Let's give a round of Boo, what's your plug, Boo? What you got?
Man, like Rick said, man, appreciate y'all having us tonight. Shout out to my sisters back there. Came down here from Baltimore.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying?
People in the house.
Hey. Shout out to Glenn.
Shout out to Glenn.
I got a ring.
Hey, Compton back in the day was a beast. Compton was a beast.
Shout out to Rick, man. Definitely moving forward with the Legends Coalition. Like I said, it give us guys like me, an opportunity to come out there and play in front of those guys we looked up to, man. It's priceless. And like I told Rick, what he got going, I want to be a part of it for as long as I can, man. For years to come, it's like it only get better with sponsorship. I mean, me saying the Legend Coalition going forward, we have uniforms, shoes, and all that stuff, man. It's only a matter of time, and the venue to get bigger and stuff like that. So it's special, man. Like I said, being an MVP for the first year, that was.
That's mean, man.
Yeah,
you started history.
Man.
You started history, though. You lucky I ain't play though.
He didn't. He only scored under 40 points twice.
Right.
During the regular
Hey, but
season.
look, they say, "Hey, Neil, this nigga Boo up here killing." I'm like, "Who Boo?" And I go, I'm like, "Oh, Boo killing."
I saw the Prince League. I was like, oh, okay.
Go ahead, you got it, Charlie.
Rick, what about the Big Three? How you feel about that league?
Man, I feel like it got a great future, man. It's funny because we had David Hawkins playing in my league on Saturdays and Big Three on Sundays, and there was a couple guys.
Literally.
No, but I feel like I don't know Ice Cube, but I feel like that league's as more guys retire, it's gonna be great.
To your league.
I mean, he got the superstars. but if I can find a way we can share, work players playing in both.
Well, to go to what you saying, Charlie, I think both leagues give people a platform, man. You know what I'm saying? Because Big Three is a lot more popular, but it's giving those brothers a chance to showcase themselves to possibly get another contract.
But
And they
should focus on the NBA.
Whether it's NBA, whether it's overseas, it don't matter. It's giving them a showcase.
Right.
And I think this league do the same thing, where it's giving a lot of brothers in this area who got skills that don't get another platform anywhere else, that people can look and be like, oh, all right, he just nice. Let me look at him. Let me holler at him. You know what I'm saying? Because it starts somewhere. Because it give you somewhere to play. Whereas if you're around your neighborhood, ain't nobody looking at you. Because I'm trying to. I'm gonna say one last question, but go ahead, JB.
So question for y'all. So usually we used to ask the guests top 5 basketball players, like 1 to 5.
That's what I'm gonna get into. Hold on, JB, because it's your time. Your time. Hollywood. Who the WCWs?
Let me see.
Who the WCW?
We got everything? Oh,
So
okay.
we good? We good, Glenn?
Yeah. I
So
just
this
extended the show 10 minutes.
So this week we got AJ Love.
AJ Love.
We got AJ Love for the
We got
for the Huddle Hottie this
We got it in the group chat.
Yeah, Glenn gonna get you. Glenn gonna get you.
In the group chat.
AJ Love is the Huddle Hottie this week. 21 years old, nice chocolate. I mean, she definitely yeah, so fun, yeah.
That's your speed. That's your speed book.
And who got a little excited? Yeah,
I know
yeah.
out there watching, baby.
Oh, I see her. Oh,
Yeah.
hey, you came here to do it. Go ahead and smile for us.
It's legit, you know. I came across her page the other day.
She went like cocoa butter,
It made you
son.
go back like.
Oh yeah, I was like, look, she gotta be the hottie this week.
She got a little watermelon in her
She
hand.
gotta be, you know. I could not have her be.
Charlie, you look disappointed. Charlie was good.
You don't appreciate this?
Charlie real judgmental,
It's all
yeah.
not true.
He was expecting somebody light skinned.
No.
Oh!
21.
Okay.
Oh, that's
Okay, don't look at me.
She got a little nipple present. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, shout out to Chris when she said pop for president.
He was expecting.
She said pop for president, man.
you wanted a 40-year-old,
45 and older.
35. Oh, all right.
Shout out to Miss
Hey, she's
Trinidad.
21. She bad though.
Nah, Slim. You
She ain't
go
back.
back.
She ain't back.
Man, look, you know Charlie a little salty because his daughter's 21.
Because if
You know
she
what
was
I'm
in this basement right now, Charlie would be talking to her whole time.
Hey, why you ain't wear your I'm gonna get you sucker joint?
At least you don't feel on, Slim.
Oh,
You don't feel on. Oh,
shout out to the fish in the boot. All right, but
That's the Huddle Hottie this week.
look, we got 2 minutes, man. We got last 2 minutes.
So that was the question. Like, so y'all starting 5. Y'all had to pick starting 5 from
The lead.
the 80s till now in the league in the NBA. Who would 1 through 5? Who would it be?
So who your
You
point
wanna
guard?
go first, Ricky? You
Oh,
want me
matter
to
of fact, don't even do 80s,
I
just
can do
all
some
time.
templates. I'm going with Magic, Jordan, LeBron, Bird, and Jabbar.
That's pretty much somewhere, man. I don't know if I had Magic. So let me give you a fact real quick. Magic is not the assist leader of all time.
Nope.
He's not the steal leader, and he's not the all-time point scorer as point guards.
Nope.
John Stockton has 2 records.
You can have him though.
Assist leader,
You can have him.
assist leader.
Bad boy.
Huh? Say no more. Say no more. He ain't got no ring.
John Starr ain't got no ring.
Magic. How the Lakers get somebody that just won a chip in college and then next year win one in the league? How you do that?
Who?
How the Lakers pull that off?
He basically saying they was already nice. How they get a top player like that?
That's how it worked back then though. That coin toss and trades.
Man, shout out to politics, man. Hey man, watch out.
So who you got? Who you
So
got?
who
I got?
Who's your top 5?
I'll tell you right now, I'm taking Mike, Kobe, and LeBron 1, 2, and 3.
Okay.
That's my point guard.
Oh.
That's my point guard, my shooting guard, and my small forward. Period.
Mike, Kobe, and LeBron.
So
It ain't enough basketball. It ain't enough basketball.
For a W, they will understand.
This is
Who getting the basketball?
Bringing the ball, they will understand for a W. They won't win.
Michael Jordan.
So like, okay, boom.
Mike put everybody in their positions, bring the ball up to everybody to do.
everybody-
Boom.
My
Boom.
team.
5 seconds left. Who get the last shot?
Michael
It don't
Jordan.
matter.
Say no more.
Okay.
Say no more.
So who your 4 and 5?
Who 4 5?
4 and 5. Shaq.
That's
and,
5. Who you
Tim
4?
Duncan.
So
Okay.
hold on. I want to piggyback off this real quick
Go ahead.
because we always had this argument.
Timmy.
And we got so much show left. We got so much
And
show
you ain't
left.
say Tim. You ain't say Tim the whole time.
Timmy.
No, real quick. Name the top 3 centers of all time. Top 3.
Tim a dog though.
And I mean Hakeem, Shaq, whoever. Is Shaq in your top 3?
Jabbar, Olajuwon, and Shaq, my top 3.
Yeah.
So Hakeem not in there.
Jabbar, that's what I said. Jabbar, Olajuwon, and Shaq.
David Robinson.
Okay, I can respect that.
LeBron, Olajuwon, and Shaq. I'll take it.
Russell not in it.
David Robinson.
Mr. More rings than this.
Russell
Mr.
is
More.
small. I mean, powerful.
David Robinson could-
Russell a power forward.
David
Not
Robinson.
David Robinson. Russell. Bill Russell has more rings than anybody.
Power forward.
College and pros.
No question.
Bill Russell.
Undoubtedly, yeah.
Yeah, but I don't take him over Jabbar, Shaq, or Kareem. I mean, or Olajuwon. He wasn't as skilled as them offensively.
Shaq was
And he didn't have to play. He didn't have to play against any of them.
But Hakeem was long as Shaq.
Hakeem.
Olajuwon put niggas in the mix.
Olajuwon was he revolutionized it. The crap that's
That man footwork is Migos. That man, his footwork.
Olajuwon in the post.
Yeah, I see.
Hey, that's artwork,
He was
man.
special.
Artwork.
He was special.
So who your 3?
I see the games on Hard Rock.
Yeah, Shaq, Olajuwon, and Kareem.
That's your 3? All right, say no more. Mike, you got it, man. We're going to close out. Once we go around, I'm gonna stop talking.
What, my 5?
Anything, whatever you want.
Oh, nah, man, look. I ain't
my knee.
gonna go.
Hey,
You touching my knee, man.
fuck your knee,
Touching my knee.
Hey,
You don't touch your knee.
Charles.
Hey, welcome to the huddle, man. Hey, who knee get touched, man? We on
I
the
was
huddle.
walking through, I bumped this knee by accident. Tuck your knee in there, huh?
Hey, call the whole night. Hey, go ahead. There you go.
I don't want to say a top 5. I want to just thank both of these brothers for coming on, man.
Appreciate it, man.
And my man Mike in the back.
Hey, we appreciate y'all,
And man, you know, I'm real appreciative of our area history, basketball. I'm a real big basketball fan. You know what I'm saying? I never got to the level of any of y'all because I had a lot of injuries. But you met my man recently.
He just looked at us up, man. I'm like, you met my man recently. Nah, I cracked my skull in half, man. Honestly, so I couldn't move.
Why you was taking a charge?
Nah, Hey, but look, she don't know I'm funny whole time. I'll talk to you offline. But nah, I appreciate y'all coming on, man. Y'all promoting, cause I'm all about my people progressing. You know what I'm saying? I talk a lot of trash, but I get out here and check my man. No matter, cause I got body work. As soon as he bump me, brick wall. But you know what I'm saying? Hey, check ball.
Hey, so what you're saying is, if Boo can come back, because a lot of the legends, a lot of people that came on, we gonna have a cookout.
Yeah.
Mike already been out there before. A lot of people that came on. Been out
Hey,
there.
you know how I act. If he dog me,
You gonna
one play,
respect it.
one play. Oh, I'm back at the next play.
Shout out to the Russell brothers. We got the gloves. You see the gloves right there by the huddle side. But look, we gonna have a huddle cookout. Can y'all come back?
The 28th, October 28th.
That's the birthday joint.
Okay.
Say no more.
About the 27th.
27th.
It's a Saturday.
That's my little brother's birthday.
Saturday. That's the joint down Half Smoke. Shout out to Half Smoke too. They doing a Libra Scorpio bash for my birthday. Anybody watching, please come out to Half Smoke. But one more time, round of applause for our special guest, man. Shout out to Ricky. Shout out to Boo.
We got one more. We got a new guest. Someone else has a state championship ring.
Yeah, that's Newtown
Gymnastics.
Lady Titans.
Lady Titans?
Let
Let me see.
Newtown that.
Always
shit
Mills,
about to fall
Buffalo.
off.
Always the males.
We beat Largo in the state chat.
That bitch y'all like 6
on it. Ooh, it's
I
lit.
told her come
Take it on so we can let the people see it.
3 in the state championship.
So let's talk about this right here. This is the state ring.
Oh.
It's a little heavy too.
And which was
The initials is NT.
what position you played?
Neil Tucker.
Anything from the 3 down.
Okay.
Oh, okay, versatile.
So before we close,
Right.
who on the huddle show you want to see 1-on-1?
I mean, we can line you up as long as y'all got your money ready, cause
Money ready.
Easy work.
money's not free these days. So.
And what you talking
Money
about?
ready.
As soon as I bump you, you gonna change your life.
Money ready. Hey,
You be like, hold up, you
I
wear
got the money. Man. Go ahead and play
I'll
Mike.
come to the cookout and then we could go.
Yeah, we can put our work in. It's nothing.
Look here. Shout out to
I
Patrick
don't
Ewing
discriminate.
and her knees. Shout out to Newtown. Is that Newtown?
Yes, Lady Titans.
Shout out to
Lady Titans.
Meals.
Yeah.
New
Shout
time.
out, ladies. Thank y'all for coming on, man. Hey, look, man, we gotta do some more. Thank you, bro. Hey, man, tune in next week. We got Rakia and her God blessing shirt. She gonna come
Guided
on.
Notes.
She got her shirt line
Guided
coming on. What is it? Guided Notes?
Guided notes.
Guided
Notes.
Shout out to Rakia, man. Thank y'all for coming on one more time, man. Shout out to Coach Bird too. Check out Dunn.
Hey, like, share, follow, subscribe. We in here.
Libra season.
Libra. Lady Titans.
All that. Her 15 foot guns.
Only